キリル。
Hi guys, and welcome to this new video, where am I going to talk about the lore of Slasher of the Roblox game Forsaken. Without delay, here we go. At the beginning, Slasher was not Slasher, lol. He was Jason. Yeah, I talk about the Jason of the very popular movie Friday the 13th. But let's read back to Forsaken. In Forsaken, Jason was the killer before Slasher, but in the update 3.0, I think, Jason has been replaced by Slasher for avoid the risk of copyright and be a unique killer because the model of Jason was already in another game whose name is Survive and Kill in Area 51. The story of Slasher was inspired by a very popular Roblox movie whose name was The Last Guest, made by the channel Oblivious HD. In the lore of Forsaken, Slasher was a bacon hares. For those who don't know what is a bacon hares is the second character most popular in Roblox, and Slasher was one of them. But at the beginning, Slasher was a little boy who named his Jason, and he got persecuted because he was considered too weak, stupid, and ugly, and he could only count on his mother. After some years, Slasher joined the Bacon Empire, who views Guest as a threat. Now you see the reference, huh? But let's talk about Guest first. So what is a Guest? A guest in the old Roblox was in concept for the player play Roblox without creating an account, but they have a limited appearance. But today, the concept is deleted. Such as the Bacon Hares don't like the guest. They tried to do a genocide against the guests. But the Robloxia army are not going themselves to push around. The war has been declared. A war who named his Guest War. And Jason fell finally in the same place as his colleagues. But unfortunately, he and his camp lost the war, and he will get killed. But these remains will be brought to Area 51, a military secret base controlled by the Bacon Empire. Over there, Jason will be brought back to life by a cursed book who named is the Necrobloxicon. No by pity, but for a project whose name is Project 13. Why him? Because for the Necrobloxicon worked, only one member of his family must be alive, which suggests that the Slasher's mother is still alive. After this, Jason will undergo horrible experiences by those for whom he fought, to make him a creature that is aswept with blood.
Unfortunately, the Project 13 was a success, and Jason has been a killer violent and a soift of blood. But this is not finished for Jason, because one day a certain operator, also known as the name of the Slenderman, makes Slasher and other prisoners escaped of the Area 51, and the story stops here until he arrives at the dimension of the spectrum. But the reason on how he arrives on the spectrum dimension still unknown.
Now we finished the lore of Slasher, let's talk about his gameplay. First, Slasher have his first move, who is literally in the name. It just slashes, and the survivors who are affected by this attack have the passive effect of bleeding for 5 seconds. His second abilities was Behead, Hoopermize Slasher to do a little dash and do a large slash. And if the survivor touched by the attack, he will have the effect vulnerability on a survivor, but when you do the attack, Slasher will have slowness effect for 4 seconds.
The third moveset was Gashing Wound. Slasher do a combo on the survivor, but be careful when you do it, because when you do the attack, Slasher stops and you stand still. Finally, the last moveset, who's called Raging Pace, which allows us to see a survivor through the walls, to be insensitive to dizziness, and to make a dash when we do a slash. Now we finish Slasher, we can pass to my main, and on my opinion, the best killer in the game, Lil Cool Kid. If you ask me for him, don't worry, I will do it on another video.
So this is the end of the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment your opinion. Bye!